She thought leaving was going to be the headline event of your life. In her mind, it was the ultimate power move, a moment so earth-shattering that you'd feel the emptiness the second she was gone. She imagined you lying in bed at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, replaying every good moment you ever shared. She pictured you scrolling through her Instagram, noticing every new post, analyzing every caption, wondering if that mysterious selfie was about you. And in her perfect little fantasy, you'd be slowly falling apart while she lived her best life. She wanted to be the one you compared everyone else to. She wanted to be the name stuck in your head when you met someone new. She wanted that silent power, the kind where she's gone but she still owns your thoughts. The problem? You didn't give her that satisfaction. There was no dramatic breakdown, no emotional confessions, no cryptic posts on your story about missing someone. Instead, you ate your meals in peace. You hit the gym harder. You started sleeping better. You even laughed more, not because you were trying to prove anything, but because you genuinely felt lighter without the weight of her energy dragging you down. And that's when it hit her. The mission to make you miss her didn't just fail. It never even got off the ground. Because Stoic men don't miss people out of habit. We only miss what truly added value. If someone leaves and your life gets better, there's nothing to miss. Stoic humor isn't about bitterness. It's about looking at a situation that was supposed to break you and realizing it's actually kind of hilarious how wrong they were. That's the vibe we're leaning into today. If you've ever had someone walk away with the smug idea that they'd haunt your thoughts forever, this video will show you how to flip that story so hard they start wondering if you even noticed they were gone. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below. Mission failed, I'm fine. Now, let's begin. Number 1. She expected drama, got silence. When someone leaves expecting you to miss them, they also expect a performance. They're ready for the late-night texts, the long paragraphs, the "I just need to talk to you one more time" calls. They expect public displays of heartbreak, maybe a few sad songs on your story, or a dramatic status update designed to make them feel important. But when you give them nothing, it's like pulling the power plug out of a stage play mid-scene. The lights go off, the audience disappears, and the star of the show is left standing there with no one to watch. Silence is the ultimate curveball. It's unsettling because it removes all the proof they were hoping to collect. Proof that you're hurting, proof that you're thinking about them, proof that they mattered more than they actually did. And here's the funny part. The longer your silence lasts, the more they start doing the overthinking for you. They'll replay their own decision in their head, wondering, did I not matter as much as I thought? Did he just move on that fast? It's not cruelty. It's just the reality of a man who values his peace more than an argument. Silence isn't about ignoring them out of spite. It's about making it clear, without a single word, that you've accepted their choice and adjusted your life accordingly. You don't need to tell them you're fine. Your absence says it louder than any message ever could. Number 2, she mistook your calm for indifference. Here's the thing about calm. To someone who expected chaos, it feels like indifference. She thought her absence would create waves in your life. Instead, the water stayed still. You went to work like normal, you kept your routines, and you didn't make a production out of healing. And to her, that's unsettling, because if you're calm, it must mean one of two things. Either you're pretending, or you genuinely don't care as much as she thought. Both options plant seeds of doubt, but the second one, that's the one that keeps her up at night. She was expecting to be your great loss. Instead, she became an event you processed and moved past. And here's where the Stoic humor comes in. You didn't even have to try to make her feel that way. You weren't playing games. You weren't trying to win the breakup. You just stayed grounded, focused, and, dare we say, unbothered. That calm wasn't fake. It came from the understanding that you don't need someone to validate your worth by staying. If they want to go, you let them. And the best part? What she misreads as indifference is actually just self-respect in its purest form, which, ironically, is way more attractive than the desperation she expected. Number 3, she realized you're harder to replace than she thought. When she left, she probably told herself she'd have no trouble finding someone just like you. It's the easiest way to soften the decision. Convince yourself that what you're walking away from is common. But here's the thing, when you're the real deal, you're not easily replaced. At first, she'll get plenty of attention. New faces, new compliments, new flings. It feels exciting for a week or two, but then the small cracks start to show. The conversations don't hit as deep. The support isn't as consistent. The humor doesn't have the same edge. Soon she's comparing every guy she meets to you. And here's the kicker. She'll never tell you that. Instead, it'll play out in small, quiet moments. Hearing a joke that isn't as funny as yours. Noticing that no one else challenges her the way you did. Realizing that the effortless connection she had with you isn't showing up anywhere else. This is when the mission officially fails, because missing someone isn't about dramatic confessions. It's about those quiet comparisons she can't stop making, even when she tries. And when she finally admits to herself that you're not easily replaced, she'll also have to face the truth that you're not standing still, waiting to be found again. Number 4, your happiness wasn't dependent on her. She thought she was the main source of your happiness, the spark that kept your life interesting. So in her mind, taking herself out of the picture would dim the lights in your world. She expected that without her, your days would feel dull, your routine would feel empty, and your energy would fade. But the truth? Your happiness was never on loan from her. It was built from the inside out, from your own discipline, your own goals, your own sense of purpose. When she left, those things didn't vanish. If anything, you doubled down on them. And here's where the humor comes in. Instead of lying in bed missing her, you were out doing the same things you've always loved. Maybe even doing them better now that you had more time and focus. While she pictured you sulking, you were out grabbing dinner with friends, hitting PRs in the gym, planning trips, starting projects. Basically, you replaced the space she thought she occupied with things that actually fuel you. The real power move is this. When someone expects to see you crumble and instead they see you thriving, it doesn't just confuse them. It forces them to rethink how important they really were to your happiness in the first place. And that quiet realization, that's where the mission failed banner really flashes in their mind. Number 5, you look better without the stress. One of the funniest parts about not missing someone is what happens to your appearance after they're gone. Stress leaves marks in your face, your posture, even your energy. And when a relationship is quietly draining you, you often don't notice the toll it's taking until it's gone. She expected you to look worse without her, maybe tired, maybe unshaven, maybe walking around like you'd just lost the championship game. But instead, you started looking better. Your eyes are clearer, your skin looks healthier, your posture is straighter. The weight you were carrying, both emotional and maybe physical, is gone. You're showing up in the world with more energy, more presence, more life in you. And here's the savage, slightly hilarious part. When someone leaves thinking they're the best thing that ever happened to you, seeing you glow up without them isn't just surprising. It's a little offensive. It flips the story completely. Instead of, "Look what he lost," it becomes, "Wait, did I just improve his life by leaving?" You didn't set out to look better for her. You simply removed the stress and replaced it with habits, routines, and people who give more than they take. Turns out, your best look isn't about who's standing next to you. It's about the peace you carry within you. Number 6. You stopped playing her game. A big part of why she expected you to miss her was because when she was around, she probably had the ability to get a reaction out of you. She knew how to push your buttons, how to pull you in, how to create a little drama and then smooth it over just enough to keep you hooked. It was a cycle: tension, release, repeat. But the moment she left and you didn't react the way she imagined, the game stopped working. She might have tried subtle things at first: a random like on your post, a vague message, or a mutual friend mentioning her name just to see if you'd bite. When you didn't, the scoreboard in her head started showing big fat zeros. Here's the funny part. Once you stopped playing, you realize the game was never worth playing in the first place. There's no prize at the end except wasted energy and time you'll never get back. By removing yourself from that dynamic, you didn't just win, you made the game irrelevant. And for her, that's the most frustrating outcome possible. Not only can she not make you miss her, she can't even get you to play along with the idea that she's still a factor in your life. That's when the mission doesn't just fail, it self-destructs. Number 7. Your life got funnier without her. One of the things people never expect is how much lighter life can feel after they leave. When you're with someone who brings low-level tension into your daily life, little arguments, mood swings, passive-aggressive comments, you don't always notice the weight until it's gone. She assumed her absence would leave you in quiet, lonely misery. But instead, you started laughing more. Maybe you reconnected with old friends who know how to roast you without malice. Maybe you started doing things you actually enjoy without having to explain or justify them. Maybe you even found yourself laughing at the whole situation because from a certain angle, the idea that you'd collapse without her is kind of hilarious. The humor isn't forced, it's the natural result of being free from constant emotional negotiations. When you're not spending mental energy walking on eggshells or trying to keep someone else's mood in check, you have more space for joy, for lightness, for moments that just feel fun. And here's the part she didn't see coming. When you're genuinely enjoying life, it's impossible to fake missing someone. That joy speaks for itself, and it sends the clearest message of all. Her leaving wasn't a tragedy. It was the setup for some of the best laughs you've had in a while. Number 8. Her plan backfired publicly. If she wanted you to miss her, chances are she also wanted other people to know you missed her. That's part of the ego boost, not just believing you're hurting, but having it be visible enough that others notice. Maybe she expected mutual friends to tell her, "Yeah, he's been different since you left." Or maybe she imagined your social media turning into a cryptic feed of heartbreak quotes and sad playlists. But instead, people saw you living, laughing, glowing up, doing things you never got around to when she was in your life. And here's the part that really flips the knife. Now she's the one who looks like she took the bigger loss. When her story was supposed to be, "He's crushed without me," and it turns into, "Wow, he's actually doing great," the entire narrative collapses. That's the beauty of staying composed in public. It lets the reality speak for itself. No petty posts, no direct shots, no desperation. Just a steady, undeniable stream of proof that her leaving didn't break you. It freed you. And the funniest part? The very people she might have expected to console you are now silently thinking, "I don't think he even misses her." That's not just a failed mission. That's a public relations disaster she created for herself. Number 9. You became the upgrade. She thought walking away would put you in the role of the one who got left behind. But somewhere between her leaving and now, you stopped just getting by and started leveling up. You got sharper in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you dress. Your circle improved. Your energy changed. Even the way you walk into a room commands more presence. Here's where the humor kicks in. She was expecting to look at your life and think, "See? He's worse off without me." Instead, she's scrolling through your updates thinking, "Hold on, I don't remember him looking like that." You didn't set out to become the upgrade just to prove a point. You did it because you had the space and focus to invest in yourself. And once you start stacking wins in your career, your health, your style, and your mindset, it's almost impossible not to be a better version of yourself. The kicker. Now, anyone looking at the situation from the outside would assume she lost you, not the other way around. She wanted to be missed, but all she did was put you in a position to become a man who couldn't be replaced. Number 10. The mission failed because you never needed her. Here's the truth she didn't account for. You can miss someone, but still not need them. And when you don't need someone to feel whole, their absence doesn't break you, it just shifts the scenery. She thought her leaving would remove a critical piece of your life, like pulling a block from a tower and watching it collapse. But the foundation you built was never dependent on her. It was made of your own discipline, your own values, your own purpose. She was part of your life, sure, but she wasn't the structure holding it up. And that's why the mission to make you miss her never stood a chance. Needing someone gives them power. Not needing them gives you the freedom to appreciate them while they're there and let them go when they're gone. She was banking on the idea that your happiness, your confidence, and your stability would take a hit without her. Instead, you stayed steady. You didn't scramble to fill the gap. You didn't chase after what walked away. You simply kept moving forward. That's the irony of it all. The moment someone realizes you never needed them to be okay is the moment they start feeling the very emptiness they hoped you would feel. And that's when mission failed becomes an understatement. The funniest thing about this whole mission is that you never signed up for it. She wanted to be missed, badly. She wanted her absence to echo in your life like a haunting. But you didn't give her the one thing she needed for her plan to work: your energy. And that's the real Stoic humor here. Not bitterness, not revenge, just the quiet, undeniable truth that you can wish someone well, while enjoying the fact that you're doing better than ever without them. Because when you remove someone and your peace, focus, and happiness all go up, you start to realize they weren't a chapter you needed to reread. They were just a paragraph that ran its course. So let her think what she wants. Let her tell whatever story she needs to tell herself. You'll be too busy living yours, one where you're the main character, not a side role in her drama. If this video hit home for you, drop a comment below saying, "Mission failed, I'm fine." Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep building a life that proves the people who left were never your foundation in the first place.